when do you start this conversation with your teen? Is it 13? Is it 12?
So, good question. This is a book designed for people who are 10 to 14 years old. I would challenge
10?
any 10 to 14.
Yeah.
And I will tell you what I thought was appropriate for a 10 to 14-year-old. I definitely was pushed to include a little more in the book than I thought maybe a 10 to 14-year-old was ready for. But the truth is, and I'm
Yeah.
so glad I was pushed, that I would really, and I would challenge any parent out there that we need to be having these conversations with our kids, not about all the things, but about consent,
Yeah.
about who's allowed to touch your body and look at your body and who's not,
Yeah.
right? These are things that we need to talk to our very small toddlers about. And you can use games like the tickle game, right? You're tickling your kid and they say stop.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like growing up, my parents just kept, not that my
Tickling.
parents did
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
wrong, but you just keep tickling because
Yeah,
it's fun,
yeah.
it's a game. But I will say that that is a great tool to say, oh, you said stop, and make it very deliberate, nobody gets to touch your
Ah,
body unless it's okay with you.
yeah.
And I think teaching kids consent very early, teaching kids about, nobody's allowed to see you naked except, your parents, maybe in the situation of, checking things out, or
Mm.
living in a family, or your doctor when your parents are there, but people shouldn't be looking down there or touching down there without your permission.
Yeah.
I think those are very important topics that well before 10 kids should understand.
Yeah.
I what age do kids get phones? I think it varies based on the family and the neighborhood and
Yeah.
cultural part of our country you're living in or whatever. But
Yeah.
at that point, kids need to be taught about sexting, not taking
Yeah.
yourself naked. These are things that we didn't have to deal with growing up, right?
Yeah.
Teaching kids about what's appropriate and what happens if someone sends you a picture of themselves naked. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? I
Yeah.
think these are all really important topics, and it is so uncomfortable sometimes for us as parents to have these conversations. And obviously, your kids are getting information from their friends, they're getting it
Yeah.
from social media, TikTok, all the places, some of it correct, some of it incorrect. I wanted to be a voice of a conversation starter,
Mm.
sort of approach the topics that you probably should be talking about, and sort of